Okay, guys, this is Brian from Whisper Status 74. I am at my sister-in-law's house up in Pennsylvania, right on the Philadelphia border. This is an LG 86-inch IPS LED, which I did a video on a few years ago. Now, the reason I want to do this video, which I did back then, was to show you IPS glow, flashlighting at its worst, and blooming. Now, we're very critical of new displays and blooming around subtitles and things of that nature. Now, what I want to show you guys is why I feel that buying some of these much larger displays is just not worth it. This is 86 inches. A lot of you guys are very attracted to the Samsungs and the Sonys at this size. Now, I do feel this display is actually defective, but it's probably the worst flashlighting that I've ever seen. I've had close to this on my KS9000, but we are paused on the El Camino scene. And I would love to tell you this is due to my camera. It is not. Now, I am off angle, which isn't always fair, but IPSs are known to retain color off angle, by the way. So let's just look at the flashlighting that we see. Now, IPS glow that a lot of people will talk about is the small glow that you'll see from the edges. Now, that's for a lot of us a game breaker, or deal breaker, I should say. But typically when you see typical IPS glow, it's pretty uniformed and it stays here right at the bottom, not up here into the image. That is pretty brutal. Now, I got, like I said, some hate for saying I wouldn't take this display for free. That's not an elitist statement, guys. This display is in really bad shape. Now, is that typical of this display? This model had many defects and returns. But you tell me, would you rather have a smaller, higher end or high quality display or something that has this? Now, that's from close up. Going a little farther away to make sure we're not being too anal. That's how it looks from far away. Now, that blooming isn't from the camera. That is actually that bad live. This is the intro to El Camino. That's off angle, but this is head on. So showing you there's nothing on the screen here that would take away the blooming. So it's not uniformed, and look how much it's into the image, meaning that this would be well past the black bars that are typically right there. Now, this is LED at its very worst. See here in the corners. Again, now I'm not off angle, I am directly in front. That is really, really bad. Could that be shipping? It could. These are 86-inch panels. They are over 100 pounds. Not easy to ship. When you guys talk about blooming and flashlighting and things of that nature, this is about as bad as it gets. The black level is completely purple. But you'd be surprised. Wow, look at that in the corner. Let's move on to another example. Okay, guys, this is a random scene from Peaky Blinders, new season of Peaky Blinders. Now, this is in Dolby Vision. Now, and this is in the cinema mode. Local dimming is on high to make sure that, or at least it is enabled as high as it can go with an edge-lit display. Now, even though we're off, we are actually center, I want you to look towards the left and the bottom left. Now, as we get closer, it's really more about the glow on the bottom, as we can see here. Now, I'm not really cheating. I am center on this, but it's the black level, guys, through here. So even if the black bars don't make you nuts, which they, believe me, they should, it's the complete lack of black level through here. So even in gaming, where you see something that is full screen, you would definitely be distracted by that. Really, no matter what the content. So when you see in comments, or I should say in reviews, the black appears gray or purple, there it is. Well into the image. So here's your black bars, and these are also smaller black bars, as Netflix does have this pretty random, as I blur, this pretty random aspect ratio sometimes. just get rid of black bars altogether. But unfortunately with this display, it really wouldn't even help. As you can see here, well into the image, probably 10 inches into the image. Here, halfway up the screen, even head on, you're seeing it well into the image. So like I said to you guys that, yes, it's tempting to have a display that is 80 something inches, but trust me, if you're even coming from an old 1080p display, because some people in the comments have said, hey, if I'm buying a 4K TV for the first time and I'm coming from an old 1080p display, I might not even notice these issues. Trust me guys, coming from even a 1080p display of any quality, you're gonna see this and not know what it is. That's not just dirty screen effect, that is just about everything that you can see wrong with a display. So I cannot recommend going forward anything that's edge lit, which is what takes away a lot of the entry-level brands or entry-level products in even higher end brands. And local dimming, this is what exhibits the actual full array. This is what shows you the need for it. Why local dimming? The Sony 930E is probably the last edge-lit display that I would recommend. But why I really don't trust a lot of the LG edge-lit, even the NanoCell displays, unless you go highest end with theirs. But that is really, really bad. Now, something as beautiful as our planet on full screen is what you'll see in store in regards to full screen demos in store, which I've shown you a million of myself, and why they look much better, and why a lot of the issues you see with the larger displays are not as apparent. I picked a specific bright screen to where it'll blend in here with a lot of the, and you can still see it through here where it blends in more. But you can imagine if this was in a bright room, happen right now, those issues virtually disappear, which is why in-store demos you have to be very, very careful of, and why full screen, but you can still see a lot of those issues. Now we'll go to a darker scene, same content. Darker scene. And that's where these issues jump back out. Now remember, this is full screen, and that's where you can start to see the light issues pop back out. Now I wanted to show you full screen. I am off angle, but I wanted to show you something that's full screen to where that's still evident. Now I even have AF lock on my camera so it doesn't brighten and dim. It stays where it should, and that's in full screen. So you would notice that in the corners. This is altered carbon. You're looking at this on Dolby Vision. And there you go. Again, minimal. Black bars here. Netflix is small black bars. But it does, if you really look, it goes into the actual content. Now, if you're, again, okay with the black bars, how far are we into the content? Now, guys, for those of you that are seeing me for the first time, I have absolutely no technology prejudice at all. Meaning I'm a fan of all tech. So when I show you a burn-in video or videos like this, it's not fear-mongering. I'm a fan of all of them. None of them are perfect, however. But the point of the channel is to help you guys make an informed decision and to mitigate some of the problems that happen with these displays. And just to inform you that things like these displays are so attractive due to their size, but the drawbacks are really not worth it. And the size only makes them more evident. All right, guys, thank you as always. This is an LG IPS. I'll put the actual number in the description. I don't believe this is inherent to only this display. It might be defective, but it does happen with these IPS edge-lit monsters. All right, guys, thank you as always. Take care.